disadvantaged youth in the Gilmer area. We mentor, if you look on your tables, you'll see some of the brochures we put out. On the brochure it says that we mentor young men from the ages 8 to 18, but that's been revised since then to 10 to 18. Each month we meet for 1 to 2 hours to discuss importance of how we conduct ourselves as young people. We have different speakers, some former mentees, community leaders, some of our own men who are mentors speak sometimes. And the mentors advise our young men and to demonstrate positive examples to help give the opportunity to be successful once they become adults. We are tax exempt and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. All of our mentors are volunteers. Each mentor is required to submit to a background check, which is done by the Gilmer ISD. We have activities that we do throughout the year with these young men. We have a banquet that we award different seniors in the community. We have an annual cookout and raffle where we do our fundraising. We have a fish fry where all of the people who do support us throughout the year, we show our appreciation on that fish fry. That's done at Avenue Street Park. We buy all of the kids in our program a pair of tennis shoes for school in August for the upcoming school year. We try to take all of these young men to some type of sporting event. And we do a lot of different fundraisers to raise money to do all of the things that we do with these young men throughout the year. And in November, we do a Thanksgiving dinner where we invite all of the parents and family and anybody else in the community who wants to come to take part in the Thanksgiving dinner, just to promote the community coming together. December, we take all the young people to the nursing homes and we put gift bags together to take to all of the occupants of the nursing homes. And in summer months, we do a lot of fun activities with the kids. We've done go-karts, we've taken them to the movies, we've taken them bowling, we go to G-Force down in Longview, and just anything we can think of that would be fun so that those kids have some fun as well as learn about making good decisions and just doing all the right things to the goal of Big Brothers Giving Back is for every young man in our organization to have the opportunity to be successful in the future when they become adults. We have a few success stories. We have a young man right now who is working in Rowlett, Texas. He graduated from Rice University. I think we gave him an award at our awards banquet in March. We have another young man who is 27 credits away from graduating from the University of Texas at Austin. And we have another young man that a lot of people in this room probably already know, just signed a contract with Minnesota Vikings for 2 years. And we got 3 guys that graduated from TSTC in Marshall. 2 of them are train conductors with Union Pacific Railroad right now, and the 3rd one is working for FedEx in Houston. And so we do have some kids. I think it's making an impact on the young men, and we look forward to many more years. And you know, anything that we can do. You want to add anything? Yeah.
So one of the amazing things about Big Brothers Giving Back, one of the things that very first impressed me is how much hands-on, how much cooperation, how much one-on-one is spent with these young men who, in most cases, don't have what you and I call a home life. Both parents are not in the home. Most of them don't know that they matter, or at least without Big Brothers Giving Back, don't know that they matter. Don't believe that they have any hope or opportunity for ever going anywhere or being anything and getting out of, having even the opportunity to get out of generational poverty, or even realizing that they would want to. And what I saw is a group of men working with these young men, literally one-on-one, showing them, not just telling them, showing them that they were loved, showing them what a father looks like, showing them what a husband looks like, being able to put their arm around them and saying, good job, son, and also being able to say, if you do that one more time, we're going to have a problem. But being able to make, in addition to that, to make introductions. One of the things we've been able to do in the last couple of years, thanks to some help from Danny Weems and First National Bank and lots of other people in the community, is give these young men a chance to understand about finances. Starting a checking account. Some things that a lot of us really take for granted. But if you've never been shown or don't even see any value, don't even understand that it's a thing, it's kind of an overwhelming, daunting task. To be able to go, for example, into the bank and shake hands and sit down and talk about a potential loan for college, for a home, for a car, for all those things has been outstanding. Something else that most of these young men don't know or don't consider is the talents and abilities that they have that now they have a chance to be groomed. Someone is here pulling it out of them, showing them, giving them activities and educational opportunities, fun activities, all those things that show them that their life means something. And so one of the main things that we try to do, and this was something that I think's big for me here today, is for each of you that own or manage a business, what are some opportunities that you have in your business to job shadow? To let one of these young men come and understand what it means to put your hands on something and work and have some value. What are some opportunities that you have to show them how you live? And I don't mean necessarily in your homes or anything like that, but I mean literally to be able to come up and shake hands with someone that you don't know and introduce yourself and learn how to build relationships. And those things that foster community, those things that build self-worth. And that's the things that Kevin and Brad Ford and I could go on, Tyrone, there's so many in our community that have taken these young men and not told them about these things, not beat them over the head with these things, but by their own relationships have taken them in and been a part of their family and shown them there really is hope and you really do matter. You are loved and you can make something of yourself. And it's a pretty amazing opportunity. So go ahead.
I was just going to say that pretty much sums it up for me.
We got questions.
Yes.
How many kids at any one time, how many students, young people are
Right
in the
now
organization?
we have about 20 kids in the organization.
And how many mentors?
And about 18 mentors.
So it really is one-to-one.
They are paired up, one-on-one?
In some cases. So, I mean, most of the younger ones, there's not really some of them there's not a specific mentor.
Okay.
But as they get older and build those relationships.
The 16 to 18 range, they would be paired up probably. Okay.
How do you recruit them? How do they come to you?
Different ways. The school, for one, we have an application that any parent that wants a kid in the program can just fill out an application and they usually give it to the school. And it may be, depending on which school it is, they'll contact me and get that to me. And we'll have a meeting with the parent, and they're invited to come and sit in on the meeting and just see what we talk to the kids about. And it's a process.
Well, you brought the subject about parents. There's a lot of problems. Broken homes. Parents.
Majority of the problem is broken home. In the brochure, it may not be in the brochure, but somewhere we had really what got the problem, what got it started, got our organization started is we see, I think it was Mr. Watson was he was a principal at the junior high at the time, And he contacted me and some other men about just coming in and sitting in on classes at the junior high. And it grew from that. We saw that it was making an impact, and so we just wanted to do more. And we just kind of expanded throughout the whole school. And the problem really is that there are not many men and a lot of positive men in a lot of these young men's lives.
So what would you say the ratio is as far as girls and boys?
Well, we just do young
Just boys?
boys. There are some other groups in town that mentor girls, but we just mentor young men.
Is Jasmine still doing the girls thing?
I think so. Mhm. Sisters of Tomorrow is an organization.
Kevin, why don't you kind of give a little bit of testimony of one of the cases you told me about the home life was so bad and you're making a difference in one young man's life. So, I mean, kind of give them a little bit of degree like you and I talked about.
There's a young man that, when I first met him, it was two brothers. I think one was 5th grade and one was 6th grade. And when I met them, their dad had just been killed, murdered somewhere in Dallas. And they were living with their grandparents. And not too long after, the grandmother died. And so they really didn't even have anywhere to live after that. And thanks to some of the coaches and Mr. Albritton and a lot of people at the school system, they found all of those young men somewhere to live. But just listening to some of the stories that some of those young men, it was just tough not to break down and cry right there in front of them. Took everything I had just to be, because I don't want them to see that it looked pretty bad. But I've been with those two brothers, probably, I don't know what year it was, but since they were 5th and 6th graders now. And like I said, one of them is the one that's 27 hours away from graduating from University of Texas now. And the other one just signed a contract with the Minnesota Vikings. So things are looking a lot better in those two young men's lives.
They truly needed the male influence in their life. They just didn't know a lot of people that did. That's really, that group. It's amazing how much they have done for kids. I cannot brag on them enough. That will come, a lot of times the mom will come and have discipline problems with the child, and they'll come with them when they talk to principals to try to make sure things, that the boy knows that, hey, there are consequences that will happen.
They also like to utilize Avenue Park a lot over there in that side of town. And there was a problem with the deeds for Avenue Park, and it belonged to a church association they didn't know they had. But the city had part of it and they had part of it. So they wanted to give it to Big Brothers pursuing getting that part of the park and donating it to the city. So that happened. It didn't go through the Big Brothers, it went straight to the city, but that's just because it was a lot simpler that way. That's what's going to end up anyway. But they were instrumental in seeing that we got that park maintained, and it will continue to be a park and be part of our park system. It'll benefit that part of the town instead of just abandoning it, which we were going to have to do because we couldn't maintain it if it wasn't city property.
What kind of annual budget, what kind of do you operate under? All you can get, I know.
Very small.
Well, I mean, but there's some of these things that you do that don't need to be paid out of the pockets of the mentors, that need to be fundraising ideas to help out in that situation.
And we do a lot of fundraising, and we actually now we are in our 3rd year of giving a scholarship to some of the. It started out we wanted to help the young men in our group make sure they could go to college or further their education, but now this past, I think just last night we did a scholarship at the award ceremony where we gave a kid that had nothing to do with our mentoring program at all. We just want to give anybody, because it's all about trying to help somebody that's disadvantaged, and that's what the group started in the first place for, is to help disadvantaged people. And so this kid qualified as disadvantaged, and so we just wanted to help make sure she can go to college.
There is almost nothing that happens, by the way, that I don't see these men, every single one of them, say, hold on, and pony up individually to make sure, from tennis shoes to activities to taking these young men to the movies, which is something you and I take it for granted, but that not everyone does. All those things, and these men are always, it's immediate. They take money out of their own families and their own wallets to do for these young men every time. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask about the structure. I know you're working it, heading it up, I guess. And with the mentors, do you have like a board that's made up of a board of directors with the men as mentors? And,
we have the structure. We have a president, a vice president, we have a treasurer, we have a secretary, and we have, for different projects, we have committees. So we have a lot of structure. We got a banquet committee that decides on who gets the scholarships. We got fundraising committee. We got all kinds of committees. And we have chairmen of each one of those committees. And there's plenty of structure.
One of the things I wanted to mention before Mr. Mitchell, one of the things I think of real often working with these young men is I have in my life, in my mind, I have a council of 50. I have men and women that are mentors to me. Some of them I actually know. Now, many of them are in this room. Some of them are historical figures. They're people that I aspire to be more like. They have qualities that I aspire to have. Most of these young men, their council of 50 is without Big Brothers Giving Back or drug dealers. Their lifetime in and out of the penitentiary, because that's who they look up to. That's who they're aware of. So to be able to change that and to see it change as these young men go from 8, 9, 10 to, again, about to graduate from the University of Texas, going on to play football, going on to have productive jobs that may not be professional athletes, but engineers for the railroad. Even in our community, to be able to see that and to see them be husbands and fathers and productive is very amazing. Mr. Hewitt.
I just wanted to volunteer like the president, well, he already knows, but I am a member, not a member, but supporter of those young men, and it's been from the beginning. And I wasn't looking for anything back from me, but they honored me a couple of weeks ago as one of their Big Brothers Giving Back, and they reserved a place here in this place, this beautiful place, and we had a big crowd. But I appreciate what they are doing, because there are, as it has been said, there are those young men that they are lost, they don't know which way to go. And these people, these young men, they can see the job and where they have come from, and it encourages them to get on the right track before it's too late. So I want to let Brother Gavin and others know that I am a great supporter of them. And I was honored that they chose me to recognize, that they appreciate what I have. So just keep up the good work, and whatever I can do, I will, continue to help you out. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
It's a great program. I feel like I didn't know quite that much about it. There must be others here that did not either.